of Politics and Public Administration, holding the additional charge of that international since 2001 to 7. And she is known to many languages like Telugu, Tamil, Marathi, Hindi, Sanskrit, English, and can understand Kannada and Malayalam. As the Pratibha Sampann,
respected Sadhguru Shri Madhav Priya Das Ji Swamiji, respected Honorable Dr. Justice V.S. Chauhan Ji, my previous speaker Dr. Swasti Bhattacharya, Honorable Rector of the University, Professor V.K. Shukla, Dr. Upendra Kumar Tripathi Ji, Dr. Anup Kumar, and scholars here, and ladies and gentlemen and students. I am by accident a guest of honor, and in this great, assembly of scholars on jurisprudence, I think I would beg my ignorance on the subject to a large extent, but would like to speak from the idea of the Indian knowledge systems. The question is, should we decolonize our humanities and here jurisprudence? Let me congratulate the BHU on especially the Center for Vedic Sciences and especially on Vedic jurisprudence and its impact on the contemporary world. I think very well chosen. I would generally talk while paying my respects to a great educationist, Mahamopadhyay, Madan Mohan Mahalaya. Thank you once again. I'm just going to put a few ideas in front of you. The question is, can we decolonize the Hindu mind or even the Indian mind? I think this is very important because we have had a history of looking at our own civilization after the Macaulay's Minute and even before with self-hatred and self-loathing. I think we will have to make that paradigm shift, and I agree with Swamiji that this paradigm shift took place in 2014. And it is a golden period for us where we should all come together and make this paradigm shift. I thank BHU for organizing this on jurisprudence. The issue is, can we bring in the questions of objectivity, subjectivity, and positionality of our knowledge systems? I would say yes. Why? As Swamiji before me has said, please understand there are only two civilization states that have entered the fourth industrial revolution, and one is India. So there's some strength, some resilience in this philosophy, in this civilization, and the other is China. Whereas all other civilizations, including the great Greek civilization, have lost its moorings, or there is no continuity. So what I would say is the hallmark of the Indic civilization is tradition with modernity, continuity with change, realm with region, and myth with reality. We are also the civilization state that tries to bring in excellence with equity and equality, and integrity with innovation, as well as invention and inclusion. This is extremely important, and that is where I would like to first place it before most of you thinkers, even when you're talking of jurisprudence. The other is colonial interpretations of knowledge systems have to be contested. I'm not saying you throw the baby with the bathwater out, but the question is, power is knowledge. No longer knowledge is power. So the cultural, psychological, and economic freedom and intellectual sovereignty, this is very important, and I think we have the right and ability to practice self-determination over our own land, cultures, and political systems. And here I would say what we would need, a geoculturalism is a must. And it is here I believe that India as a civilizational state does not contest India as a constitutional state. Let me tell all of you that the Dharma Shastras written by Mahomapadhyay D.G. Khani is a great classic. Do any one of you read it in your law degrees? We don't. The other is, the Honorable Prime Minister has been saying that India is the mother of democracy. It is based on solid proof. I think all of you should look a little south. I come from the state of Tamil Nadu. Most of you should know 800 years before the Magna Carta. As a professor of political science, I am taught that the Magna Carta is the origin of all democratic traditions. I would not agree with it. I beg to differ. It is the Uttaramerur inscription of the Cholas where you have a clear or republic democracy. I am not talking about myth. It is a reality. Do we teach them in our class textbooks? Do most of you know even that the Cholas existed? No, the symbol of the Cholas was Shiva. Shiva the creator, Shiva the maintainer, and Shiva the destroyer. Do you know the Cholas went into Southeast Asia? If today we are talking of India's soft power in Southeast Asia, it is thanks to the Cholas. And we did not conquer by loot, murder, genocide and rape. We conquered by trade, commerce and culture. This is what this civilization is about. Let me tell all of you that you must be proud of your own civilization. Let me also say, when we construct narratives, you will ask me, madam, what is so unique about this civilization? I would only beg to tell most of you here that India has its own, see, universalism as put forward by the West is not what we talk of universalism. We talk of it as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Meaning India has its own distinct and unified civilization with a proven ability to manage profound differences, engage creatively with various cultures, religions and philosophies, and peacefully integrate many diverse streams of humanity. These values are based on ideas about divinity, like what Sadhguru told us, the cosmos and the humanity, that stand in contrast to the fundamental assumptions of the Western civilization. I also say, please don't equate dharma to religion. It is not religion. And I think in the Judeo-Christian traditions, or even within the Abrahamic religions, their approaches to the divine is very different. And they are very worried about chaos. Whereas we are at peace with chaos. And we don't want to control, they want to control. And we are not a way, we are a way of life. We are not a religion of one book, one prophet and one sword. And that is very important. And we basically believe in Adhyatma Vidya. And this is where I would say that don't compare incomparables. Why? Because we have no anxiety over chaos. We are very comfortable with complexity and ambiguity. So integral unity versus synthetic unity. The Indic civilization has that. And I would say Sanskrit non-translatables should not be translated into English. Because English is insufficient. So Sanskritize English. This is my advice to most of you. And why shouldn't Indians, like Swasti has come from studying religions from a Western view, Indians should study the West called Westology. I would say that the Center for Vedic Studies must have a course how we Indians look at the West. And I would only finally would like to end with a quotation from Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, who said Hinduism is not just faith. It is the union of reason and intuition that cannot be defined but is only to be experienced. Hinduism is a movement, not a position. A process, not a result. A growing tradition, not a fixed revelation. Its past history encourages us to believe will be found equal in any emergency that the future may throw up, whether in the field of thought, or of history. So finally, I would like to tell most of the scholars here, congratulating the BHU for this initiative, that let us move ahead together with pride and self-confidence. We are a great civilization. We need not be told of it every time. And I thank you once again. Thank you so much. Ellarkum nandri vanakkam.